Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. Alright, if you guys are not aware, Jingliu got released earlier today. So let's talk about her, give you guys my thoughts after testing her for more than 5 hours. In a live stream earlier today, doing some intense testing and also experimenting with who is going to be a better team whatsoever. With that being said, let's talk about as many things as we can about Jingliu. If you are free to play and if you did not pull for any eidolons, any extra light cones, just using free to play light cone options, how viable is she, right? Now first things first, there's a coupon code, make sure you guys use it. I'll pin it in the comment section, in the description as well, so you guys can use this one. This one is exclusive to the new version 1.4. Alright, so let's show you guys the pulls and let's talk about Jingliu. Alright, wait, let me show you guys the details first. Some of you guys might be wondering, how far am I into this particular one? So let's have a look. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52. I'm very close. I'm 52 pulls in, trying to get links in the previous banner. So let's see if I can do this. First 10 pull. Don't need any of these. Oh no, it's a light cone. It's not even a character. And it's a light cone that I probably will never use, sadly. It's going to be it. Maybe this is it. Some eidolons. Who's the 4-star? The one that I least want. Sample. It is so bad. No more sample. Oh. Oh, yellow! Yellow! It's all the way at the end as well. No! No, I lost 50-50 to Himeko? At least it's a new character, I guess. I don't mind it as much. Will I build her? Probably not anytime soon. I guess if I level her up, at least I get some of those. Why I keep getting sample? Why Serval, man? No more sample, no more sample. Yo, what is wrong with this banner? This has gotta be something else. I don't get it. This is for sure, this is rigged, man. This is super rigged. This is so rigged to the moon. That sample is 99% and the other two is 0.5% whenever you get them. Anything but sample, alright? What? Why, man? Why are you giving these stupid light cones? Where's the characters? Alright, is this it? Alright, this is it. This is it, guys. This is finally it. It's finally here. No more shampoo. Okay, finally. Would rather have her 1 billion times. Let's go. Let's go. Jing. Yo, I don't have this light cone. I don't have this light cone. Okay, I will take this. Resolution shines as sweat. Okay, this is a pretty good pull. This is a pretty good pull. I would love more Qingque though. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Jingliu, the builds, how you want to use her effectively. So as you can see, right now I'm currently using the free-to-play light cone that you can purchase from the Herta shop. This is going to be on the Fall of the Aeon. So mine is superimpose 3. If you want to, you can superimpose 5 yours. I was using this on Clara for a while, and this is what I have decided to give to Jingliu. So my traces right now, I have maxed out the ultimate and the skill. These two should be a priority. Maybe skill should be a priority, followed by the ultimate, slightly second priority, and then talent should be the last one, and the least priority is the single target, the basic attack, because you're not gonna use that as much. As you can see, her traces, like she has a lot of crit damage right here. Surprisingly, crit damage percent here, speed here, alright, and then there's a more crit damage percent here. There's another crit damage percent, another speed increase, another crit damage percent, and a lot of crit damage percent and speed. In total, you get 9 speed in total just from the traces alone, which is kind of insane. Alright, it makes it so much easier to build her. Speed is something that's really hard to achieve. Yes, you can use speed boots, but other than that, to obtain as a substat in your relics is just a pain. So this makes Jingliu really easy to build. Like for new players, you just need to focus on attack percent and crit damage percent, because by default, she already has lots of crit rate percent. As you can see, this particular talent, so when she enters this particular spectral transmigration, every time she has 2 stacks, she will be able to move again. Alright, she enters this action advance by 100%, and her crit rate is going to increase by 48% at level 9 and 50% at level 10. If you max this out, 50% crit rate by default. Alright, alongside with that, during this period, she will consume the allies' HP and increase her attack, which is capped at 168% of her base attack. So this is going to consume 4% of the allies' respective HP. Very, very interesting. So the entire game plan with Jingliu is to use her skill and use her ultimate to enter the spectral transmigration state as soon as you can. Alright, so that's the game plan with her. However, notice she has one more talent, the Frost Wraith. Alright, so this is the one that's like very, very different. While in spectral transmigration state, increases ultimate damage by 20%. So this is going to be a little bit of a dilemma, right? So ideally you want to use her, she needs to use her skill and ultimate so that she can enter the spectral transmigration state, right? So 1 skill and 1 ultimate will give 1 stack each, so 2 stacks she will enter the state. However, you can see if you use your ultimate before the state, it's not very efficient. Your ultimate is not doing as much damage. Therefore, that's where Bronya comes in, right? Bronya is able to, you know, she can move, and then Bronya move again to give her 1 more turn, alright, 1 more action point. And then she can use her skill twice, save her ultimate while she enters the transmigration state. It's just so good. It's way more efficient. If you have Bronya, definitely very, very good pair. So I do think Jingliu makes it a lot easier to build her, like especially for new players. Do highly recommend you guys to obtain her, right? So for relics, I'm currently running the I set full 4-piece. So these are my pieces. So this is going to be my head piece. Alright, as you can see, there's speed, there's crit damage percent here, and then I do have this particular one which have crit rate percent and crit damage percent and break effect percent. However, a couple of rolls were in HP flat. The boots, highly recommend going for speed boots. You want to have her above 134 speed. Alright, so this is going to be what I'm using. And then this is going to be my crit damage percent as well. So this is going to be highly recommended. Crit damage percent body piece and speed boots is going to be the most ideal for her. And for the 2-piece, I recommend Rutulian Arena. So this is going to give her a lot of increased crit rate by 8%, and if she reaches 70% and above crit rate, which is what you want, her skill and basic attack is going to do 20% more. Ideally, for her case, it's mostly on the skill. She's not going to be using her basic attack at all. So rope, I do recommend attack percent. However, if you do go for higher eidolons like E6 for example, energy regeneration might be better. So this is what I currently have on this particular piece, and this particular planar sphere, highly recommend the ice damage bonus. Alright, so with that being said, let's show you guys some showcase on Memory of Chaos Floor 10. Now, as you can see, usually you want to stack the CCG like I mentioned, right? The thing is called CCG. Once you enter into the state, 2 stacks, you will be able to enter the spectral transmigration state. Alright, I'm going to activate my technique. So this is going to give me 1 CCG stacks, and also when I hit the enemy, by default when I enter battle, they will all have a chance to enter the frozen state, right? So as you can see right here. Now, how do you know that your Jingliu has the CCG stacks? You can see this round button right here. Alright, so if you get 2 stacks, she will enter into the different state. So Jingliu with Fushan is going to be very, very good as well, because number 1, Fushan is going to give you crit rate percent, right? If I use my skill, this one, as you can see, so now I easily have crit rate percent on my Jingliu. So you can see my Jingliu already has, by default, 35%, right, of crit rate. Now if I enter Spectral Transmigration state, which I just need to use my skill, I'm going to hit the boss. So now I have 1 more stack, boom. So crit rate boost. Now we are going to have the 50% bonus. So I have 84% crit rate. So again, very, very easy to build. She gets lots of crit rate, so you just want to focus on crit damage if it's possible. Yes, ideally you can go for 100% crit rate. I'm still trying to fine-tune my relics along the way as well. So like I mentioned, while you are in this state, you are going to be able to spam your blast skill, and this time it does not consume skill points, which is what makes this really good. Alright, so you can see that's where it comes in, and it's also skill point efficient. Notice I have 1 skill point on Bronya. Ideally, if it's Scylla, for example, so if I were to boost my Scylla, boom, now I have 0 skill points, and my Scylla has to be forced to use normal attack. But because this is Jingliu, when in this state, I can use this again. Very cool. Alright, now that I'm out of the Spectral Transmigration state, I notice I have ultimate. So obviously, if you want to enter the state fast, you can use your ultimate. If not, you can just save and try to get as much skill points as possible. Now again, sometimes you can consider using your ultimate early if you want to enter the state fast. It does give you the benefit, so you can basically do this. Yes, you do lose the 20% ultimate bonus, but sometimes it's just much more efficient to just enter the transmigration state faster. So therefore you get to move again, right? Every time you enter the state, you get to move your characters again, which is something that ideally you also want. So this is a very good condition to be in. One thing to take note also is Jingliu's this particular skill. None of her ultimate or skill is a full AoE, so it only hits 3 targets at most. So you gotta be careful, especially if you're aiming the enemies at the corner, at the left corner, or at the right corner. It will only hit 2 targets, so you gotta aim carefully. So make sure you are making the most out of your skill. You want to make sure the main target is in the center, and then left and right there's 1 more targets, because there's adjacent targets that she will be able to benefit from hitting. Alright, so this increase damage of the ultimate right there. Alright, with something like this, once you enter the transmigration state, it's just so energy efficient. You only need 1 skill point, right? Because every time you use this particular skill, you just need 1 more skill point on Bronya, right? If you make it so that your Jingliu is faster than your Bronya, make sure that your Bronya moves afterwards. In this case, my Bronya has 134 speed while my Jingliu has 137. So this is always going to happen for my case, right? I will always have the my characters able to configure them to move twice in that sense. Alright, GG. So this is Memory of Chaos, floor 10, as you can see, easily doable with Jingliu. Okay, so this is the Honkai Star Rail MOC 1.3 tier list, but we are on version 1.4. So let's have a look what this is all about. Some characters have been moved up, some characters have been moved down. So we have Dan Heng, Imbibitor Lunae, is currently right now at the highest tier alongside with Jingliu. This is at E0. They are the strongest. No denying it. No denying these two are the strongest, alright? So Debuffer Silverwolf is at the highest tier, right? So Jingliu and Imbibitor Lunae. So here's my thoughts on this, right? I'm gonna give my hot take. I think Jingliu is above Imbibitor Lunae if you're a new player. I really do think so. Because number one, building the characters, right? So this is, I think the tier list takes into consideration the strength of a character. But for me, building a character is also a very important thing to consider. When you think about how Jingliu's traces are, how her traces are placed, because you can see she has a lot of crit damage, speed, crit damage. So that means, so a lot of DPS, you want 4 things, right? You want crit rate %, you want crit damage %, you want speed, you want attack %. Jingliu literally has a lot of crit damage % already. You just build her a little bit of speed, and then you can focus on, the other things. I feel like with Imbibitor Lunae is probably harder to build for a lot of new players, right? Although tier lists don't really take that into consideration, which I think makes sense, right? Like you shouldn't take into consideration how hard it is to build a character. But I do think that this is a good point to bring out, right? If you're a new player, if your account is new, I know in Imbibitor Lunae, a lot of people struggle to balance between his speed, his crit rate %, his crit damage %, and his attack % and his imaginary damage % boost. Yeah, so that's something that you have to consider as well. I do think that's going to be a very important thing. Relics is always really hard to farm, right, in this game. And I do think that taking that into consideration is good. Number 2, I think somebody brought up skill points. Yeah, I think this is going to be very important. I think Imbibitor Lunae has some restriction in terms of skill points. He's definitely much more skill point heavy than Jingliu. It feels like Jingliu is more skill point efficient, right? So that means you won't be as, it's not as strict to put her in a certain team. Yeah, it just feels like Jingliu is simpler to use. Like it's less restrictive. Like if you're a new player, I can see Jingliu being better. That's just what I feel right now, currently, right? But when it comes to AoE, ooh, Clara is the new S+ tier alongside with Jingliu and Imbibitor Lunae. So yeah, overall, I do think that Jingliu is going to be a good pull for a lot of players right now. You know what? I'm going to do one last 10 pulls. And wish me luck. Hopefully, I get Tingyan. I've been trying to get Tingyan. Alright, it's Qingque. I'll take it. I'll take a Qingque, I guess. GG. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Subscribe, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.